While Republicans are campaigning in Iowa and New Hampshire, Joe Biden isn't moving. The president isn't campaigning, and he won't debate anybody. And even Hollywood knows this isn't right.
Because he can't campaign. He can't debate anybody. I mean, let's be real. You know, no disrespect to, you know, any of the older folks, right? Getting old is a beautiful thing. It's something that, you know, we all would love to do, because not everybody gets that opportunity, right? Not everybody continually gets the opportunity every morning to, you know, take that deep breath of air. So I want to say that before I say what I'm about to say. Getting old is a beautiful thing. It truly is. It's a blessing. But with his age has come, right, you know, cognitive decline. I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. I mean, we're constantly watching this guy fall, right? So physically he's declining. And I get tripping and whatever else, but like, I don't know, man. This tripping and falling has become a lot more than what you would normally see with folks. Like, I've tripped and fallen my darn self, okay? And I bust my butt. I mean, I'm falling pretty darn hard. If it had been on camera, y'all would have been rolling. Y'all would have been laughing your behind off. But he's fallen an awful lot. And then on top of that, you know, when you listen to, you know, some of his speeches, and he's just like rambling, and what's the thing he said? He said, I was in a full year with Chileans. Like, what did you just say? Like, it sounded like he was trying to say, I was in the foothills of the Himalayas. But that's not what he said. He said, I was in the foothills of the Himalayas. Huh? I will deliver some commitments under depression. Huh? Like, you can't step on stage. Sorry. It's just funny, right? Like, once again, no disrespect to old folks, because getting old is a beautiful thing. It really is. But this guy, he can't step on stage and debate. Could you imagine him being on stage next to Trump? Could you imagine that? Now, Trump has polished himself up quite a bit, so I don't think he would go crazy on Biden or like laugh at him or anything wild like that. But he would call him out like, "Hey, yo, are you okay? You're like mumbling over there, you know." And that would look terrible for Democrats, and they understand it, they realize it. And I talked about, we're gonna get back to the video here shortly. And I talked about you know, YouTube's alleged policy change in terms of, you know, elections, right? You know, you can now say, I guess, there was election fraud. I don't know with 100% certainty, but allegedly you can. And one of the theories that Tim Pool had brought up in the video that we checked out, and I kind of agree with him, is Democrats understand and they know they're about to take an L. They're about to take an L. They've been pushing this narrative that Trump is this horrible, terrible, no good, very bad guy. He can't possibly win, yada, 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 yada. And they understand we've gone too far and he's about to win. And they're all going to cry about it. They're all going to cry about it. And I think that's one of the reasons why they're trying to save things by not having Joe on stage, in hopes that may try to cover up things. But we've already heard him speak. We've already seen what his policies bring to America. It's too late. Sayonara, suckers. You know? Anyway, let's get back to the video. I'm sorry that was long-winded. I apologize, guys.
And I cannot get over the fact that the Democratic National Committee is saying there will not be a debate to decide the nominee for president. Are you?
That's not democracy.
Over an 80-year-old man who, if he lives, will be the oldest sitting president in the history of the country. And if he doesn't live, has a vice president whose approval rating is worse than his? This guy is obviously declining mental faculties. You're putting him up in front of a podium with flashcards telling him who to call on and what the questions are going to be. And you're telling us there's no debate? What about the will of the people? This was a democracy of the people, by the people, for the people. If we don't have a debate, this is not a democracy by the people. It's a democracy by them.
So when Dawson's Creek speaks, America listens. But Joe Biden doesn't have to listen. He doesn't have to talk. He doesn't even have to walk. Joe Biden's campaign strategy is to arrest his opponent and then not campaign. Arrest his opponent, not debate, and not campaign. And the binder says she's not allowed to talk about why Joe Biden won't campaign.
It's been more than a month since the re-election announcement. Is President Biden going to hold a campaign event ever?
So I will
No.
say this to you, Peter. As you know, we follow the rule of law here. We believe in following the rule of law as it relates. Hold on, as
Not
it relates.
asking you to weigh in on the impact of the
I'm
election,
about-
just his schedule. You'll have to schedule around rallies.
I'm about to answer your question here. As it relates to anything that that is connected to the campaign, any rallies, any events, any endorsement, anything that is connected to the 2024 reelection, that is not going to certainly come from here. That is going to come from his campaign or the DNC or the DNC.
So you can't say if he will be campaigning for re-election.
I'm just not going to comment from here.
So
It's just not in my binder up here. I've said this before, but part of me feels bad for Karine Jean-Pierre, right? I feel bad a little bit. I know, guys. I know. Some of y'all are probably rolling your eyes. Come on, Rich. Really? I got a heart, man. I have a heart, okay? I'm sorry. And I said just a little bit. Because she has arguably one of the toughest jobs in America. Trying to cover up for this terrible, arguably the worst ever administration. She has to stand up there and take the hits for it. I feel bad. They're terrible. You know, to a certain extent. Now, she did sign up for the job. She is a Democrat. She did try to... actually, I think I dropped a YouTube short on it. Make sure you guys are checking out my YouTube shorts as well. Where she was talking about Trump, and she was like, "Oh yeah, Trump knows what he did. You know, the fraud." And the guy was like, "Wait, what did he do?" She was like, "Oh, well, he knows what he did." And she just couldn't say anything directly. It was funny. If you haven't seen that, definitely check it out. There should be like a shorts tab on my YouTube channel where you can. I mean, I literally have hundreds of YouTube shorts. So if you haven't seen them, I mean, you could literally spend a whole afternoon sitting there watching YouTube shorts just right here on this channel alone. So highly encourage you to do that. There's some funny ones and some very informative ones, some very concerning ones in there. I mean, there's all types of shorts in there. So check them out.
what can Binder comment on? Well, she can't talk about the campaign. She can't talk about Hunter. She can't talk about the DOJ or the FBI. She can't talk about active investigations, future investigations, conversation Biden has with foreign leaders, conversations he had with his own VP. Can't talk about Biden's personal life or his health. Hey, Binder, what's President Biden's first name? Oh, I'm sorry, we're not going to be able to weigh in on that from the podium. Well, maybe Joe Biden can weigh in on Joe Biden then.
Mr. President, how's the re-election campaign going? Because we haven't seen you on the campaign trail yet.
You haven't.
Not at an official campaign rally. No, why not?
You know, that's one thing that I've noticed as well, is whenever he's asked a tough question, he just turns and walks away. It's kind of weird. Really, really weird.
Trail yet.
You haven't.
Not at an official campaign rally. No, why
You know, for the people who wouldn't shut up about democracy for the last 2 years, I mean, is this what democracy looks like? Biden's Department of Justice is just going to indict Trump? Well, they haven't really figured out what the crimes are going to be yet. I mean, it's kind of like if Joe Biden goes to a steakhouse. He's either going to get the filet, the sirloin, or the porterhouse, but he's definitely getting steak. If you don't debate, you don't have a democracy. But if you arrest your opponent, you don't have a country. Now, the media used to pull its hair out when Trump's audience would chant, "Lock her up." But Biden's actually going to lock Trump up. This is going to be the most ridiculous election since, well, the last election.
So
Hey,
yeah,
Sean
I
Hannity.
definitely think that is the strategy. Run and hide and hope and pray that Uncle Trump gets arrested. Because if he doesn't, and if he doesn't for an extended period of time, he's gonna win, right? And if we have any lawyers, anyone that knows law like the back of their hand, talk to us all, please. Inform us. Is there any chance that Uncle Trump actually gets arrested and it sticks? You know, so like he actually goes to jail. Talk to me in the comment section about that. Let us all know. And if there is a chance, what percentage chance? I mean, what's your best guess as far as percentages go? I'm really interested to know. I'm really interested to know. From everything that I've seen and I've heard, they don't have anything. We checked out a clip from Bill Barr, and yes, I know. I get it. Okay. I know. All right. Bill Barr, yes, we understand. But from my perspective, if anybody knows law, right, it's somebody like Bill Barr. And he was saying that they don't have anything, especially in the Alvin Bragg case. Like, what in the world is this? He said the only possibility that they have is the documents case. That's about it. That's their only true shot at really getting Trump actually arrested and put in jail for any period of time is the documents case. But like I said, I don't know. I'm no professional when it comes to law, obviously. But if we have any lawyers watching, inform us all, please do. Let us all know. What are you thinking? What's the percentage chances? Let me know. Let us all know. All right. And thanks again, as always, for tuning in. I appreciate all of the continued love and support. It really means a lot. Thank you guys so much. Have some big news coming soon. Very, very big news coming soon. So stay tuned. And in the meantime, in between time, if you aren't subscribed, click that up there. And check out that video right over there, too. You might like it. Peace and love. I'm out.